Hello again, good evening, and welcome to the second segment of business. Now, how do you determine accurate measurement of some foodstuffs you buy from the local markets and other retailers? Over the years, many people have been shortchanged because of the absence of a standardized measuring device on the markets. In this report, Freddie Ho explores the use of some standard measurements at the Malamata market here in Accra.
In my hands are some measuring things used popularly in the Ghanaian market. These things varies from seller to seller. But how accurate are these measuring things to the standard of measurement?
At the Malamata market in Accra, some traders engaged in petty trading say they inherited their old measuring practices from their mothers and relatives over the years and have been using this practice ever since. Madam Mary is a 43-year-old woman who tells me she would love to use a calibrated weighing scale to measure her products if government provides for them. Mary says the primitive method of measuring does not offer her the expected profits.
I inherited this business from my mother. This is how she used to measure quantities. I'd rather prefer using the weighing scale because it will help me.
Samuel Aqua has been dealing in the sale of frozen meat and fish for 5 years. He says weighing scales are preferable for the business.
The scale determines the amount the person is buying. So if you don't use the scale, you cannot know the quantity the person wants. That's why we use the scale.
However, this onion seller says the weighing scale is something she can't use.
I won't understand how the weighing scale works. Using this method makes it faster for me, despite customers' demands of giving them extra.
Dr. Kofi Amponsan Bediako is the Public Relations Director with the Ghana Standards Authority. He believes that taking continuous education to convince traders to adapt to change is the best way out.
Once you get the market screens and educate them to understand the implications of the weights and measures, they realize that it's even in their own interest to do so. So this is what we are doing. We've been to different parts of the country. We've been to Takoradi Mountains, we've been to Tamale, and we started with even the butchers before the foodstuffs came in. But some of the butchers did not understand, and I must say that they chased some of our officers with cutlass. We had to run away with dear life. But this is the challenge we are facing.
He advised the general public to boycott all traders who use the older systems of measurement.
Today we have so many types of olonka. In fact, we have over 20 types of olonka, some big, some small, some medium, and they use them to sell the same items. The ignorant customer is paying for that price because he doesn't know. But as we continue to make noise, we continue to educate people and they understand, they will soon boycott those measuring devices that are used. And while they start boycotting, it means our market women or our sellers will begin to lose a portion of their market.
Well, so your guess may be as good as mine. Freddie Ho's reports for Joy Business.
Now, after months of struggling to reclaim her 7,000 Ghana cedis from a defunct savings and loans company, Hannah has vowed never to entrust her money with any other institution. Hannah is one of the thousands of affected traders in the recent cleanup of the savings and loans sector. Although the exercise was expected to be, in the long run, build confidence in the space, the result seems otherwise.
Lack of finance has always been one of the major barriers facing women entrepreneurs, particularly those in marginalized communities. In this regard, some financial institutions have done their best to reach out to these women as part of the financial inclusion agenda. The women at Malamata markets tell me how several financial institutions usually visit them, presenting various financial products and packages to get them enrolled. Hannah is one of the numerous women who turn to a savings and loans company as a source to obtain credit. Unfortunately, this did not go as planned. For 20 years, she kept her savings with Midland Savings and Loans, one of the affected institutions in the recent cleanup. After hearing news of a customer who was maltreated simply for trying to reclaim her money in July 2018, Hannah knew it was time to go back for her money.
After a customer was manhandled at Midland, most of us market women decided to go for our monies. But it has not even been possible since then. It has been one promise after the other. Now that the Bank of Ghana has taken over, let's see how it goes.
Well, so you can catch the full version on the AM Business on AM Show on the Joy News channel on Wednesday. Then the Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, Duncan Amoah, says the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Limited should be divested by government so it could be properly managed. This follows some controversy surrounding the resignation of the former CEO of BOST, George Mensah Oakley. Sharing his thoughts on the marketplace earlier, Duncan Amoah said BOST must be made to execute its core mandates and to stay efficient.
The time is coming when BOST must be diversified so that government could take its hands off. We have private depots across the country. Private depots like Chase, like Sahara, Cyrus, private depots who work, make profits, are able to even try paying off the cost of, building those tank farms. Unfortunately, we have sunk so much in, almost $2 billion into constructing these tanks and ensuring BOST is able to work. What are we getting? We are rather getting losses, debts accruing. So there's something fundamentally wrong with the operations of BOST and how things are allowed to degenerate. We are saying that the president should be, worried about this equally. You cannot just sack George Oakley and leave the board.
Okay.
If the board that supervised or superintended the former Alfred Obeng regime has been there, they are still in place. A certain George comes, whether he corrupted himself or people were forcing him to engage in corruption against his conscience, for which he has had to leave. It means that there's something systemic, fundamentally wrong with the system. We are begging Mr. President to ensure that the board is also cleared immediately. So that if you get a new board, a new managing director, you can be quite confident that they will start off afresh. They would now be repositioned in such a way that going northwest is not the direction, let's go south. Okay. If that is not done and it's the same dirty bath water, you bring in a new baby in, I'm quite sorry, we probably will get the same results over and over again.
Time now for an update of trading activities on the commodity market. Next in Commodity News. And that's all in business news today. Many thanks for your company. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji Riafi. For more business news, log on to myjoyonline.com/business.